Did Rode just solve the biggest problem with the wireless micro kit? I've talked about these microphones before. I love them. They sound great. They're hyper convenient and portable, but they always had one Achilles heel. You could only connect them to phones or PCs, not cameras. Enter the Rode wireless micro camera kit, which, as the name suggests, is an update to the already popular Rode wireless micro. And no prizes for guessing what the difference is this time around. As before, you get two wireless microphones, a receiver, a charging case, and some accessories. But the new thing here is that the receiver has now been updated so it can connect to all of your digital devices. The new receiver, the part that connects to your camera, not only has that all-important 3.5mm port, it also comes with a 1.1-inch AMOLED display and some buttons for actually controlling and changing settings. Right now with those buttons you can only change LED brightness and output gain and whether the two microphones record in split or merged mode. So for example, if you wanted to add noise cancellation without opening your phone or go into Rode Central on your PC, you're kind of out of luck. But that does seem like something that Rode could easily change in a future firmware update. And although the kit has been primarily designed to work with cameras, the new receiver does connect to phones and PCs via USB-C too, so you have that flexibility with just the one receiver. But interestingly, Rode has also included the USB-only receiver from the old kit in the box too, so you actually get two receivers, one USB and one USB and 3.5mm, the USB-only one obviously being a lot smaller. And if you're into any of these microphone systems, that new receiver might look a little bit familiar. It's definitely giving DJI vibes. Rode had already made a wireless micro camera receiver, and it was an aftermarket accessory, although they were giving it away for free to people who'd already bought the microphones. But this time around, it's a total redesign and it's much sleeker and has a lot more features. One of the things I like most about the Rode wireless micro is the charging case. It's small, compact, you can really fit it in your pocket. But this time around, it's a little bit bigger. It's about the size of a bar of soap. But that does mean it comes with a bigger battery. This time it has a 1000 milliamp hour cell compared to the 500 milliamp hour on the original kit. So that should mean extended battery life. Although it's worth remembering that you do have to charge the receiver this time, unlike the previous one, which took the power from your phone. There's a small problem though in that the charging case doesn't have enough space for the 3.5mm cable that you now need to connect the new receiver to the camera. Or if you wanted to bring along the original USB-C receiver, there's no space for that either, let alone things like windshields and charging cables or anything like that. You can take the new receiver out and put the additional small receiver back in, but it rattles around, it's not very slick. And now DJI's larger case suddenly makes sense because there's enough space in the lid for you wind muffs, cables, and pretty much everything you might need to actually use with the kit. And I'm starting to wonder if Rode focuses so much on features and the gear itself that it doesn't always think about how you might use them or bring them along with you. Even a Rode Wireless Pro, its most premium product, comes in two separate cases, one for the microphones and one for the accessories. Meanwhile, DJI's flagship can contain everything all in one. And another slight disappointment is that you can't connect the new updated Rode Wireless Micro to the Rodecaster, the Streamer X or other Rode products like you can with some of its more premium products. It was a bit of a big ask, but yet it's still not a feature here. But all in all, there are some great upgrades here. Universal connectivity is obviously the main one, but the fact that you still get the other receiver in the box, the USB-C only one for your phone, is kind of like a fun little perk. But if you were wondering whether you can connect to both receivers at the same time, sadly you can't. I tried. Wishful thinking, but yep, it doesn't work. Improved battery life is always a bonus, and the fact that we now have a display and buttons for changing settings is a real solid perk. But the fact that you can't fit everything into the case is kind of haunting me. Perhaps more importantly for potential buyers is the price. Rode is asking $150 for the wireless micro camera kit, which feels pretty reasonable. But then at the time of recording this video, DJI's nearest rival, at least in my opinion, the Mic Mini, is going for $100 and you're getting the same kit, two microphones, a receiver, charging case, all the rest of it. And bear in mind that DJI's also has universal Bluetooth connectivity, which Rode's only has Bluetooth connectivity, but only through the Rode app. And DJI's Mic Mini can connect to things, other DJI products basically, so action cameras, Osmo Pocket, that kind of thing, whereas Rode at the moment doesn't have the intercompatibility with the Rodecaster and things like that. So when you see it through that lens, it makes it feel a little less balanced. I do still love the wireless micro though. It's a fantastic sounding mic. I love how portable it is. So this update here really just takes something that I was already a fan of and makes it a lot better. And fans of Rode that were looking for a more affordable option for their cameras finally have a great option. But what do you think? Let me know. In the meantime, get out there and go create.